Can you guys show me the connection sign? Ooh, yeah. Your pinky's out, your thumb's out, and you're moving your hand back and forth. There's another connection sign. Can you show me that one too? Yeah, where you put your fingers together like a chain. This is the connection sign. Now, when someone is sharing at morning meeting, and you have a similar thing happening in your life, I see lots of you going like this. It's a very respectful way. Irish, look at me, please. It's a very respectful way to show the person talking that you have a connection with them, meaning you have experienced the same thing. Or maybe it reminds you of something in your life. So we're going to talk a little bit about connections, and I would like you, as quietly as possible, follow my directions. You're going to find someone who has the same favorite food as you, and then you're going to link arms. So you are connecting with them. Instead of finger connections, you're going to link arms with them. Does that make sense? Now, what if you have 3 or 4 that like the same favorite food? You can have a long chain. Okay? I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to try to find someone that has the same favorite food as you. Akan says ice cream. Who has that? All right there. Link it up. Link it up. And 1. Now, I love how quickly you did this. I don't love how loudly you did it. So I asked you to do it without yelling. In fact, I didn't even expect you to yell, but it got really loud. Shaylee, you are connected with 6 people. What is your favorite food? Pizza, thank you. Angelique, you're connected with 3 people. What's your favorite food? Mac and cheese. Jameson, you are connected with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. What's your favorite food? Pizza. Oh, then hook on my palms. You agree, yep. Okay, now we have a really long line. All right, what are you guys' favorite foods? Ice cream, and there's 3 in this group. All right, let go. Now, don't move yet. Listen. Thank you. The next thing I want you to find is connect with someone that has the same number of people living in your house. So think about this. I have my husband and my 4 kids and me. That's 6 people. So I want to find someone that has 6 people. I could do that by holding up the number that I'm looking for. See if you can do this without getting loud. You have 30 seconds. Go. Include yourself.
My mom, my dad, my sister, my baby brother, and me.
Thank you. You guys scored. Jacob, thank you right there. Link it up. Okay, I'm looking for my links here. Connections. How many? 7. How many?
3.
How many?
5.
How many? 4. Wow. So you have connections with people all over the room. Now, sometimes connections aren't good things. Sometimes you have a connection with someone for a bad reason. Maybe you had a pet that died. So if you've had a pet that died, I want you to raise your hand and link with other people who've had a pet that died. If you haven't, then just come over here and sit down. If you had it, link it up. All right, link them up. Link them up. Connect them up. You guys can link
I
them
had
up.
a bird and it
Link it up. Thank you, arms. Are you in this group? What?
My pet
You had a pet die? Stand up and link arms.
died.
Okay, eyes up here. Listen, this group on the floor has never had a pet die.
No.
This group standing has had a pet die. Jacob, have you had a pet die?
No.
Then sit right there. Have So this group right here has a connection with each other because they've had a pet die. And that's very sad. And this group on the floor has never had that happen, so they have a connection with each other too. Okay, would you please turn your bodies, release your arms, and sit towards me. Face my chart. You might want to swing wide over here so you can see the chart. Wow, I see Shelly following directions, Denira's following directions. He didn't say a word. Definitely give Brendan some space, buddy. Thank you. So today we talked about connections. Can you say connections?
Connections.
All right, so you have connections with the people in your classroom. You also could have connections with books or passages or little stories that you've read. That's called a text-to-self connection. Go. That's gross. Thank you. Take a break, please, and then come back. So a text-to-self connection is when you can make a sign like this or a sign like this, thinking about what you've read and tying it to your own life. So if you've read a book about a pet dying, then we had several students in this room that had a connection with that. If you had read a story about living with your family of 5 people, we had lots of people in this room have a connection with that. So text-to-self connections are actually pretty easy to make. So here's a picture of someone's handsome head, and he's very happy. Yep, and I'm going to put it up here, and this is the text-to-self image. So I'm going to read you a book, and while I'm reading this book, you guys are going to listen to me make connections to myself. Those are called text-to-self connections. Say that. Text-to-self connections. I'm going to read a book that lots of you have read before. So right away, you can make a text-to-self connection. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Very respectful when you go like this. Thank you. As I read it, I'm going to tell you out loud what the I do. I'm going to have you listen to me making text-to-self connections. And I hope that you are making your own text-to-self connections too. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on a skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. So I'm thinking about my own life, and I have also fallen asleep with gum in my mouth. I'm making a connection with my life and this book. I have also gotten up in the morning, and I've had bad things happen where I got my sleeve wet in the sink. So I have another connection with this person. And I've had gum in my hair before. So I have lots of text, the book is the text, to self, me, connections. Jacob, you're listening to me, please. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box. And Nate found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But my breakfast cereal box, all I found in it was cereal. Now I'm thinking back to when I was younger, and I'm making a text-to-self connection because cereal boxes used to have stickers or tattoos or fun little toys inside them. So that's a connection that I'm making, text-to-self. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Miss Gibbons let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. And I said I was being scrunched. And I said I was being smushed. And I said if I don't get by a window seat, I'm going to be car sick. No one even answered me. Right away, I'm making another text-to-self connection. I hate sitting in the middle seat in a car. And I get car sick. So I have a text-to-self connection. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of a sailboat better than my picture of an invisible castle. At singing time,
she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16 anyway? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Now I have another connection. My singing is very bad. And this person's singing, the teacher was not impressed. So I have a text-to-self connection. Okay, so why is it important? Who can tell me this? Why is it important when you're reading to try to make connections? Why is it important? Why is it important to make connections with your friends? Because it makes you feel closer to them. It helps you remember them. So why is it important to make a text-to-self connection? Because it helps you remember the story. And it helps you enjoy the story more if you can connect to it. Now, who can raise their hand and tell me again, why is it important, Devlin, pay attention please, to make a text-to-self connection with a book or a passage? Angelique, how does that help you?
So you can remember the book.
Yeah, it helps you remember it. Why else would we want to make a text-to-self connection? JMO.
To kind of make it more fun.
Louder?
To make it more fun to read it.
Yeah, to make the book, take a break, more interesting to read. Thank you. So we're going to talk more today at Teacher Table about text-to-self connections. And I want you guys to do some practicing with text-to-self. Make sense? Okay. It is time for recess, but I think it's indoors. Would you check, Durham? Thank you. I think it's raining.
Yep, and
Inside? Okay. Now, look at me. This is your time to use the restroom. So please use the restroom and then